All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you your daily horoscope, full moon horoscope for Monday, the 20th of September 2021. We've got a full moon in the sign of Pisces happening at 7:53 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 28 degrees, the sign of Pisces. The full moon, 28 degrees, the sign of Virgo, the sun, the point of illumination. There's a lot to be said here. I'll show you the chart for a moment. I'll start talking about this. You know, Virgo is our left brain, our analytical mind. Pisces would be our right brain, our creative mind. We have a lot of, right or wrong, and this is. And everything has its right place and an identity and a thing, a name, a label. And it's okay to have these labels. And over here, it's all one. It's just life, and it's just matter and energy. It's just like, yeah, but how do we describe this matter and energy? This is a human being. This is a chimpanzee. This is a squirrel. This is masculine. This is feminine. This is an apple. This is an orange, right? So we have all these descriptives. And over here we have, this is all just energy. It's all just matter. And we're caught between the decision making here of Virgo and the oneness over here in Pisces, closely conjunct to this to Neptune here. Neptune is that kind of black hole, if you will. It can be represented by media. It can be represented by creativity. It can be represented by spirituality. It's about expansion. It's the furthest expansion into nothingness. It's like more and more and more. The universe is ever expansive. Now, part of this is right and wrong, okay? Virgo, the virgin, the only feminine sign of the zodiac. Virgin meaning not owned by someone. Free to make decisions. Your own free will, the will that you learned about during Leo season. You're free to make your own decisions here. And on your own decisions, you can say, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. This is what works for me, this is what doesn't work for me. Now, we have to pay attention here that Venus is in the sign of Scorpio, starting to oppose Uranus, which is changing that of which we love, want, and desire on a deep, deep, deep emotional level. Okay, and there's a lot going on here. Mars and Mercury, two of our three personal planets in the sign of Libra, which is about our connection with other people. Okay, we still have this grand kite air trine, kite formation happening here with the South Node releasing information, and Pluto joins the party today as well, saying transforming and releasing information as well. Saturn has a septile to the moon. So let's start talking about what all of this means. Let's say if we have a dream, a passion, an idea, right? Pisces deals with dreams. Venus is what you love, want, and desire. And these is your deep-rooted emotional dreams that are happening here in the sign of Scorpio, Venus in the sign of Scorpio. So the things, it's like, what makes you get excited and love and a fantasy? What do you really want to do? It's like, I really want to this. Or I could imagine myself, I wish I could be an actress or an actor, or I could do this. And then there's part of the brain that says, I missed that opportunity, I missed that calling, or it's not gonna work out for me, or I'm this, or the world this. We gotta let go of these. We have to. This is our own mind working against us, and we have our own mind in this mirror. Astrology is as above, so below. This mirror that's being reflected back here on human life is saying, like, look, follow your desires. Follow what you're deeply passionate about, because this is what gets you excited about, and it gets you excited to be alive. It's just like, yes, if that's what you want to do and that gets you excited to be alive, and maybe we're not going to be doing it professionally at first. Maybe at first we start off as a hobby, because this is something we enjoy doing. Again, Virgo season, if this is something if you could do it for free, then that's a great option and career path. Then it eventually will turn into income. Okay, but you might not be making income off of it right now, but plant a seed and allow it to grow. Okay, so we have this idea in our mind that we're maybe not enough, or we're hypercritical, okay, with all of this analytical information going on. And it's like there's no such thing as an imperfect cloud, you know. Nature's beautiful in that sort of a way. And human beings are equally as beautiful. And we can see, come on, how you type in ugly dog and Google it. You know, type in ugly cat or something, and you're going to see all kinds of weird, mangy-looking animals. You know, cross-eyed cats and dogs with no fur and a little mohawk and a tongue hanging out like that. And people are like, oh my God, I love it. It's so cute. But yet we have such a hard time with ourselves accepting our own little quirks. Or, you know, they're not flaws. They're just things that make us different from anybody else. And we have a harder time accepting some of these things. And this is similarly to the pruning, you know, or the tree losing some branches. We're talking about Virgo season and the end of Virgo season here. You know, we're just about to move into Libra, where it's like, look, for this tree to grow better next year, I need to lose some dead weight. And that's exactly what's happening. And Pluto is helping out with this. It's saying, yes, create this death and transformation, lose that dead weight, lose this concept that you're not enough, or that you missed your mark, or you missed your calling, or you don't have enough time left in your life to pursue this. Like, you know, it's like, if you want to be an actor or actress, go to like a high school play. You know, anything, be a local. It doesn't mean you have to be a part of the big screen in Hollywood to live out that fantasy. You know, so this is another part of this, is the delusion, the illusion of Pisces, and the factual reality of Virgo, okay? Now, Pisces is about belief, and Virgo is about being present in here right now. And a Virgo-minded individual, now we have both in our brains. And our left brain, our analytical mind, can be like, no, cut them off, unforgiven. And that's its own entity, okay? And the right brain can say, no, be compassionate, unconditional, forgive. And then we decide here in our frontal lobes which lobe wins, you know? So the Virgo mind is going to say, well, this is what is reality. What I can touch, taste, smell, see, and hear, okay? This is it. There is no illusion. There's no fantasy. There's no spirituality. When I live, I breathe this air. There's science. There's logic behind all of this. When I die. There's not necessarily an afterlife. Things are just are. It's as they are. And then over here on the right brain, the creative mind, it says possibilities. You know, it's like, well, this is energy. You know, I communicate in energy, not in language, you know. Anyway, that's the right brain. This is Pisces now, where it says, yeah, well, there is magic all around you. And the Virgo says, well, what? Where? Point to it. Show me this magic. It doesn't exist. And the Pisces says, you have to believe. You have to believe in this. And it's just like, okay, this isn't about belief. You know, I can wake up and I can believe I can fly, and I'm going to jump out that window, and it doesn't matter what my belief says or how much belief I have, you know, speckled into my system that I can fly. You know, there's a hard fact that says gravity is a stronger force than your belief is. And that gravity is going to take you to the ground, and whether you're a good person or a bad person doesn't really matter. Cause and effect. You know, and then there's another aspect is like good person, bad person. Again, Virgo, unowned, free to make decisions. Who is good, who is bad. So much information here about, energy here within relationships. Now, this doesn't necessarily, is partnerships, but it doesn't necessarily have to be about romance. It can be. All right. And one of these aspects, or I mean, just this with this full moon and where all the energy is at. Okay. Again, the Virgo season, we say no to this, yes to this. It's just like a little, you know, sliding the hockey puck over to this one and to this one. And this weighs out the balancing scales of Libra. Okay. And our relationship with others. Our karma, is our heart going to weigh lighter than the feather when we reach the afterlife, Scorpio. So now this is really interesting, is about setting the bar and us setting our bar and our boundaries, as the sun here is creating a trine to Pluto. Okay, and this is what we say yes and no to, and this is the line that we walk, that we hold the bar. Okay, so it's like the bar is kind of created here in Virgo, and then it stays committed here in Capricorn. So this is about transformation. Now, if we have things set in our mind, this works two ways. If we have things set in our mind, this is how I deserve to be treated, this is how I am going to communicate with others, this is how I want to be communicated back, and to meet me where I'm at, this is what I expect from a partner, again, whether that's a friend, a business partner, a romance, whatever it may be. And during our time of interacting with the other, the point of illumination here is Virgo, the sun in Virgo. And it's saying, no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm cutting that off. That doesn't work for me anymore. Virgo can be such a cut-off sign, you know, where there's like no second chances. It's that's it. Cut it. Done. Moving on, you know. And then we're like sliding this hockey puck, and this is, no, I'm not going to be treated like this, or no, I'm not going to do this, or no, I'm not, you know, or this happened. Now we're raising the bar and raising the bar and raising the bar and raising the bar, and we have to continue to climb, which means for everything that we're saying no to, we also have to live by that. Meaning we can't be a hypocrite. So if we're saying, no, you can't, you know, treat me this way, that means I can't treat somebody else that way. If we're saying, no, you know, this is how this is, you know, we're raising the bar, which means you're going up the mountain, up the mountain, up the mountain. And it is lonely at the top of the mountain. And especially if everyone beneath you is not good enough for you. Okay, this is why if you have Venus in Virgo, it's an extremely challenging placement. It's something we talked about while Venus was in Virgo, you know, a month and a half ago. Because we have these over-analytical expectations of our partners, of the people around us, and we hold them to a very high standard. We hold ourselves to a very high standard, and most of the time, we can't meet our own expectations. So then it's just like, okay, is my bar so high that nobody can come up to this ladder, nobody can climb this mountain because I've created such high expectations? Can I myself live up to my own expectations? And if the answer is no, that I can't live up to my own expectations, that I'm alone here at the top of this mountain, well, then this is like about eating some humble pie and reflecting the mirror back onto us and saying, okay, we're all humans. We all make mistakes. We're all people. We all pee and poo and cry and have strength, you know, and we have weakness, moments of weakness. It's like we're perfectly fallible. Perfectly fallible. It's paradoxical, but it's the truth. So where we're coming to a place is like, okay, have I been too critical? Do I need to move back? And do I need to see this reflection back at me of some compassion, some unconditional forgiveness? Where have I been so strong, so stubborn, so cut off that I'm losing sight of that compassion or that flaw? It's like, can I honestly say I haven't done that to someone in the past? Can I honestly say that I haven't done this or this or this or this? And I'm holding somebody else to a higher expectation than I'm holding myself to. You know, if this is going on, potentially, that's something to be aware of and pay attention to. Aside from that, again, much of this deals with a belief. I'm gonna tag. I don't want to get too much into the astrotheology, but I'll put the videos up here at the end in a moment here when these pop up, wherever they pop up on the screen, over here or here, whatever. Of the Pisces full moon video I put out last year and some astrotheology stuff. If you're interested and want to check that out, because still there's a lot of beliefs that are being changed right now. A lot of our beliefs are being challenged or being questioned, and things are changing, and they're supposed to. This is a world of change. This is a world that's going to constantly be in motion, and things aren't going to be the same. And for them to want us to have that, that firm grip on emotional belief of something, it's like we're eradicating this. In a sense, we're letting go, and finding why, do we hold such a value to something? And further, coming back to that, if we do value an aspect of ourselves, a deeper emotion within ourselves, and that we don't believe that we deserve it, or it's just like saying what I really want is a relationship, what I really want is an equal give and take of a partner. But then it's just like, oh, I can beat myself up and say, but I'm not worthy of that because of this, or I'm not good enough looking, or I really don't make enough money to be able to attract the kind of person that I want to. It's just like, or I'd really love this job, but I don't know if I have enough skills. It's like all of this is it's like we have this focus point, and that's what the Virgo energy is about. It's that laser focused attention, and it's this burning desire, and it's this skill set. It's just like there's something within me that wants to come out. There's something within me that I want to share with other people. That's the Virgo energy. And then we have our own, again, the society, the world gets in, if I want to be what is the radio, the video killed the radio star, well, now if you want to be a musician, it's you gotta have a look to it. It's not just about how good you are at your instrument, so then this is, I don't have a look that the musician says, but I've got the voice of the skills. So it's like, who cares about the world? Who cares about what society is? Live follow your heart, follow your passion. And if this is something that you want to do and you want to be of service to give back to other people, ignore it. Ignore what other people are saying and just do it and have fun with it. And again, whatever level of professionalism or from, whatever scale it is like if it makes you happy on the inside and bringing us joy. This is the moon conjunct Pisces, Neptune in Pisces is about an expansion of our emotions. What is holding us back from joy? And we can be so up in our minds. Well, the reason that I'm not happy right now is because I don't have the job I want. I don't have the relationship I want. I don't have this. Okay, so now we're only being a product of our environment, and we're not having Saturn here in Jupiter, these visions of the future. Well, what do you want? Go after it. And just because you don't see it in the palm of your hand right now doesn't mean that it's not coming. You have to believe, and this is where this bit of tug of war, these oppositions are always a tug of war. I can't just blindly believe that I'm going to get this thing because I look here and it's not around me. It's like, the powers of manifestation. Oh, if I want to believe that I'm in a relationship, just believe I'm in a relationship, and then all this will help me manifest. But then in my environment, I come home from work, hey babe, and there's no babe there. There's nobody to turn and give a goodnight kiss to, or a good morning kiss. That doesn't exist. So we're constantly being aware of this. But it's saying, oh, just believe. This is it's a challenging thing. Or we see our environment every day, but we're being asked to manifest something, to be powerful manifestors, to have a vision of the future, a vision of what that life could be, and bringing ourselves into a place of emotional alignment, having the feeling of already receiving it without already receiving it. And that's where the beauty of this manifestation comes in, and being so hyper focused on exactly what you want, not loosely, I want a relationship. With what kind of person? With what do you want your mother-in-law and father-in-law to be like? It's like, get focused here on what you want to desire. Ask your wishes, plant your seeds, and allow the manifestation. Act as if you received it here. Okay? What's the beauty of this particular full moon being so closely conjunct with Neptune? So much good energy, my friends. And again, letting go of any beliefs that no longer serve us of where we're going. We got too much good to do. We have too much to give back to be stuck on this old stuff. All right. I love you. Happy full mooning. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.